today on Let's Talk Drinks, I'm going to review the Nuestra Soledad Santiago Matalan Mezcal, so keep watching. Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do my first review on mezcals. If you want to learn a little bit about mezcal, I did a video which I will show a link at the end of this video on how to choose a quality mezcal, which the guys here at Nuestra Soledad, which they pass every step. This is a mezcal at 45% ABV, and even the name Nuestra Soledad pays homage to their patron saint of Oaxaca, which is their Lady Virgin of Solitude. So this mezcal features the different regions or villages of Santiago Matalan. The type of maguey, or agave if you like to call it, is 100% espadin, which is grown in a mountain canyon that's 5,500 to 5,900 feet above sea level. It features the espadin from the villages of La Compañía Ejutla, San Luis del Rio, and San Baltazar Guelavilla. You're probably wondering why they have different mezcals for different regions. Every expression of mezcal is different from the different regions because the soil, the water source, the climate, and even the maturation all changes the flavor of the mezcals. You see, the state of Oaxaca geographically is probably one of the most diverse in Mexico. It has a wide array of ecosystems, microclimates, and even vegetation, and all this affects flavors of the mezcal. Nuestra Soledad is created by the producers of El Jolgorio mezcals in Oaxaca. They don't take any shortcuts, and every step of their process uses ancient traditions. So I'm going to give it a try. So on the nose, you can tell it's mezcal straight away. I get this kind of citrus, pine, even woody sort of aroma, like a ripe tropical fruit, some leather, and most importantly, a kind of like a clay smokiness. On the palate, it's spicy, herbaceous. I get like a sweet roasted agave, green vegetables even, a little bit earthy sort of tone as well. A light peppery sort of flavor there, and some citrus. The finish is pretty long. I get a sort of like an oily coat in my mouth with some of those kind of like lemon oils at the end there. It's really complex. It's probably my go-to mezcal for an espadin mezcal. I found some of the other espadin mezcals that I've had before probably aren't as complex. But then again, I'm in Australia, we don't have the amount of different ones to try as our friends in the United States and other parts of the world would. It's definitely an acquired taste, but it's something that you get used to really quickly. I love it that it tastes totally different to, say, for example, a tequila. And the category of mezcal in Australia at the moment just continues to grow. I can remember when we first opened up one of my bars, the 18th Amendment Bar, about 3 years ago. I think we had, the only range we had really at the time was Del Maguey. I think we had 2 or 3. I think we've got something over about a dozen mezcals now. We're finding that customers are really reaching out and wanting to try more of them. How do I drink it? I like to drink it neat, but in cocktails, it goes amazingly in a last word cocktail. The Oaxaca Old Fashioned is amazing as well. And probably one of my favorites, which we drank a fair few of them on our Christmas party recently, was the Smoky Margarita. What I love about mezcal, and especially this one, is if I want to add a little bit of dimension or flavor to one of my cocktails, instead of traditionally back in the day, if we wanted to add a little bit of smokiness to our cocktail, we would always reach for an Isla single malt. This gives us another option and just adds another complexity to the cocktails that we make. So if you've tried it, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to know what you think, or if you know of another espadin mezcal that you think's fantastic, we'll try to get it here in Australia. Until then, guys, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you again soon on Let's Talk Drinks.